Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, Hooligan Shills, Detzley, Sirs, Peasants, Vassals, Minions, Meats, Hats, Nazis. I'm useful idiot, welcome. And so, kind of a big deal, and could end up being a very big deal, and that is the fact that Argentina is going to open up and release all their files on the Nazi exodus to Argentina after World War II. And we already know a number of things that the FBI and CIA conducted searches for Nazis and Hitler specifically in Argentina for 10 years after World War II. And we also know that there's a lot of interesting interviews with people that said that they saw Hitler alive, that they worked with him. There was a massive Germanic estate created down in Argentina. That a number of high-profile Nazis like Mengele and Eichmann lived in South America and Argentina specifically for years before they were discovered. And just a lot of eyewitness accounts, including a maid that apparently waited on Hitler at a hotel down in Argentina, and that DNA tests were done years later on the so-called remains that were taken back to the Soviet Union after the war, and they didn't match. So there's a lot of clues that have been going along the way, and a lot of tantalizing speculation, including massive German submarines that made their way to Germany after World War II, and multiple accounts that corroborate the fact that these huge German submarines brought lots of ex-Nazis to Argentina with all kinds of luggage and information files. Anything they wanted to bring with them for their new life in Argentina. We also know the figures for Nazis that fled Germany after World War II, or even during the war, in the last days of the war, number around the zone of 10,000. So, and of course, at the time, Argentina was had a very cozy relationship with Nazi Germany, and they were welcome there, and a lot of efforts were made to make them comfortable, and apparently they were successful, because Mengele and Eichmann both lived there for many years, and they're about as high profile Nazis as you could find. And so this is interesting. More information has come out in the U.S. I don't know if Trump is going to get involved in releasing FBI and CIA files here in the United States relating to hunting for Nazis and or Hitler in Argentina. But the release by Argentina of all these documents is really kind of a big deal. Even if it doesn't show that Hitler survived, if it just shows the complicity between the government and Nazis, and how this network was created in Argentina to facilitate them living there, who helped them, how many of them there were. Ultimately, it could be very revealing. And strange things happen in this world, and I, for one, wouldn't be entirely surprised if Hitler survived the war. It just seems part of his nature to have these fake deaths and then to escape. In a lot of ways, his personality type just doesn't seem to be the one to go down in flames in the end. So anyway, I'm reasonably excited. I think it's a big deal that Argentina is releasing this, as I pointed out. If nothing else, we're going to find out about a huge, vast network of complicity with Nazis in Argentina, an established fact. And I'll post a few things below that have popped up recently. But there's a whole bunch of material on YouTube and interviews with people that swear that they were working with Hitler for many years after World War II, and that indeed he was alive. And it's a great so-called conspiracy theory, great food for speculation. But the real facts, even without Hitler surviving, are interesting enough. So a big day, and kind of like a lot of documents that are being released in the United States, ultimately it may not be that revealing, but there is the chance that just realizing the scale to which this happened in Argentina after World War II, and a lot of that we know is absolutely true, to take it a step further and find out that Hitler survived would be incredible. So anyway, I love this kind of stuff. I'm a big history buff. and I love these things that qualify as secret history. And we could find out about a lot of other high-profile Nazis besides Hitler that ended up in Argentina, and find out about a whole thriving community of Nazis in Argentina, and that's interesting enough. So cool. I love the fact that countries are starting to reveal this kind of information. It could really alter a lot of big components in history as we know it, and this one certainly has the potential to do that. So anyway, awesome. I'm Brian Fox. Don't you be one too.